Alright everybody, it's been a long time since I've posted a video here, but last night it was Man United versus Chelsea. It was a very chaotic game, very eventful game, a very tough game for both the sides, and both sides needed to win. And a lot happened, a lot of complaints from both sides, a lot of things that both sides would want to forget, and some things that at least Man United would go ahead with. I wanted to discuss what exactly the game could mean for the future and what all happened in that game. So probably it won't be a long video, but let's just get those thoughts out. Let's just pen them down and discuss them one by one. So it's about 6:45 something in the morning. I wanted to discuss this. I wanted to make this video even earlier at about 5:30. That's how early I'm waking up these days. Otherwise, I would have been at the gym if it had not been a Sunday today. But anyways, still early in the morning, and I just wanted to discuss these thoughts I had on yesterday's game. All right, I've just penned them down. I've just written all my thoughts from yesterday's down on this game, on this this notepad, whatever. Okay, first of all, Robert Sanchez. I've believed it since forever. He's a good keeper, but he's just not good enough for Chelsea. I think it might be over. I think it might be time for Chelsea to move on from Robert Sanchez. They had the opportunity in the summer, but no one invested in the goalkeeper position. There had to be some discussions about it. Maybe Mike Penders could be ready. Maybe Slonina, could be ready for the position right now. But the way we are playing, Robert Sanchez is just not reliable, and Philip Jorgensen can't play all the games, and he can't play all the games well. So it's time. It's time to take some risks, and it's time to maybe give the young guys a chance. Perhaps they would do some mistakes, but at least there is potential, and at least there is a lot of room to develop. And I don't think Chelsea can afford going forward with these goalkeepers, man. I think it's a lot, and Chelsea just can't afford it. Chelsea need to win, and these mediocre performances, these investments that we're making, that Chelsea are making. I'm a Chelsea fan. They're just not good enough. Chelsea need to do better, and Robert Sanchez is just not at that level. Number two, centre backs should have been the priority for Chelsea in the final days of the window, and even Enzo Maresca stressed about it at many points, but he was just not given his centre backs. Cole got injured. Even Badiashile is injured right now, and no one is just playing at the level that Chelsea need them to be playing at. This is just not good enough. This is atrocious. I have to say the word. This is atrocious for Chelsea's level, and this is not something that can go on in the long term. Chelsea will be failing massively. There would be huge defeats. There would be blunders, and we saw one yesterday. We've been seeing them for some time now, and it's just time to move on. It's time to get some better centre backs out there. It's time to get some experienced centre backs who won't get injured in the first place. That is a problem for Fofana and others. Even though they're really talented, they've just not had luck with injuries. And it's time to make some good purchases. It's time that the sporting directors took this issue really seriously and signed someone reliable, maybe on a free contract right now that the window is closed. I don't know, but something needs to be done. And many people were blaming Maresca for all the selections and the substitutions, and yeah, that is completely fair. That was not the best team Maresca selected. Maybe Facundo Buonanotte, I'm pronouncing it wrong. Buonanotte could have been picked, and he probably would have been a better choice. Maybe André Santos should have started. He was looking really good, and he has all that potential. Colepalmer got injured at some point in the game, and that was a big blow. Probably someone could have started apart from the ones who actually did, and we might just have had a chance. but because of the Sanchez red card and the other injuries, it was just Maresca just had to do with what he had, with just the resources that he had at his hand. Maresca needs those new centre backs, man. This just can't go on like this. Number 3 or 4, whatever it is right now, it was a very physical game. There were a lot of yellow cards, 2 red cards. Everyone was getting booked, everyone was getting fouled, everyone was fouling others. The problem is Chelsea are not a physical team. Chelsea, the players they have, they just can't play this level of a physical game. Maybe the team selection could have been different and it might have been a different story. Maybe we could have selected players who are more physical in this game, who can take those tackles, who can take those leaps that we require in the strength department. But right now, what Chelsea had, it was just not good enough. And Man United, I have to commend them. I have to give credit to them that their players, however they were playing, at least they were more physical in this game. It was raining. It had to be this way, and Man United's players took the best chance in this game, man. They just went all out. They produced all those tackles. They produced all those fouls. They showed their physicality. They showed their dominance physically. They showed their strengths. Casemiro did. Even Benjamin Sesko, he's a tall figure. He did. Everyone else did. What Chelsea had, Caicedo was a good player in that department. Tyreek George wasn't the best player coming on, but at least he was trying to get something done. Cucurella received a huge blow from that fall onto his head, somewhere right here. But Chelsea just are not strong enough physically, and that needs to change ASAP. The second half, there was more of a fight from Chelsea. There was some hunger, some grit from Chelsea, but it was too late. The way the team was selected, the way the substitutions had to be. The Robert Sanchez red card, as Maresca even said later on, it was just inevitable for Chelsea to lose. At that point, the goal from Chalobah came way too late. There were some openings early on the wide flanks. Both teams could have exploited those wide flanks, and Chelsea even seemed to be doing that through Reece James crosses. But there was no one in there in that penalty box to actually go and score it. And even though Chelsea did hit it on target at some points, but there needed to be more of that. There needed to be more precision in that department. But there was basically no striker on the pitch. There was no colepalmer on that pitch. There was no Buonanotte on that pitch. And that is what Reece James lacked. I mean, Reece James, this game showed it again that Reece James is the most important player at Chelsea. He is the leader. He is the most reliable player at Chelsea. He is probably the player with the best football mind. I don't know how to put it. He knows how to take advantage of whatever position Chelsea is in and make the best use of it. And a player like Reece James, a player like colepalmer, a player like Caicedo, they all deserve better. They all deserve a better team. They all deserve better teammates. They all deserve a better fight from their team. And they all deserve better selections from their manager, which they're not getting right now. I mean, part of the reason Chelsea won the Club World Cup was that not only did the team have hunger at that point of the season, but the way Maresca was selecting the team, that was just wonderful. And I know it has a lot to do with the injuries and all, but at least we can use the resources that we have to the best we can, to the best level that we can. And some people were saying that Maresca's position needs to be questioned right now, or what are your thoughts on Maresca's relationship with Chelsea right now? That is just stupid. Maresca can't go. We can't change managers at this point of the season, not just at this point of the season. Maresca has done so much for Chelsea. Maresca has given everything to Chelsea that we've had over the past year or so. Is he doing mistakes? Is he making some big mistakes. Yeah, he's going to do that. He's a learning coach. He's not too far ahead in his managerial career right now. And these mistakes are going to happen, but that doesn't mean that Chelsea takes some action against him. That is just ridiculous to bring it up, even. Another thing, Andre Santos is a really good player that we have all seen, and last night's game showed that he can be something for this team. He can be probably a starter right now, even for Chelsea, especially considering the injuries. We could make the best use of the situation that we are in, at least for him. Chelsea need to start Andre Santos more in games. Chelsea need to trust Andre Santos more. Chelsea need to put in some trust in the young man. Andre Santos is a ridiculously talented player, and these are the games that we need to rely upon him for. And final thought, apart from the fact that Joao Pedro is really good and that is a wonderful buy from Chelsea, that was just an obvious thought. Another one is that all hope is still not lost for Chelsea. Man United needed this win. They needed this win to not only save Amorim's job, but ensure that they're not in a position to get relegated or something. But Chelsea are still at number 6. That is not the worst position on the table to be. That is not the best position in the table to be either. Liverpool are number 1. They're in double digits already, and they're at this point running away with the title. They've been a little lucky, but luck only follows those who actually try for those things. And the way Chelsea have played, the way we have been unlucky, it is because we have been so reckless. At some points in the game, we have been so unmindful at some junctures in the game that it was bound to happen. The goals that we have conceded, the late goals that we have conceded, the early goal that we conceded against Man United, we are playing recklessly. We are playing irresponsibly. Chelsea are playing irresponsibly, and all these things are bound to happen, man. Is it going to continue for Chelsea? I think this is something that Maresca needs to address right now. The tempo and the temper of the team, the mentality of the team, the way the team reacts on the pitch, individual brilliance, what the players think of when they take decisions for themselves, like Sanchez did yesterday. And Maresca said it was probably better to get a goal from Mbuemo than to get a red card and get a couple more. And he's absolutely spot on with that analysis. You'd better concede a goal than to concede a red card and then risk everything else in the game. And that was just stupid from Sanchez. I think it is too late for us to say that he will learn, the other players would learn. I think it is time to take some radical actions. As we took against Nicholas Jackson. Nicholas Jackson was treated horribly in the summer because of these same mistakes, and his mistakes wasn't even this ridiculous. At least he was showing fight for the team. At least he was still scoring. Maybe he was just not as good at that point as everyone else was, but now that he's gone, everyone else can see what has happened with him and what has happened to Chelsea. Everyone's weakness is just now showing. But all is not over for Chelsea. Chelsea can still come back. We can still come back. Maresca needs to address these issues, and the sporting directors need to address these issues. They need to give Maresca what he needs. Maybe we could sign someone on a free transfer, probably. But these are some areas that need to be addressed immediately. And right now, all Maresca needs to do is discipline this team. Discipline will take this team forward, and team selections, those need to be better. He needs to trust some young guys. He needs to trust some people to take the game forward. He needs to change the tactics somewhat. He needs to come up with a plan for injuries. Of course, he can't predict everything in the game, but he needs to bring up a solid plan that is not affected by the injuries. I know we've still not got the best team for what we need, but we need to make the best use of the resources we have at hand. Anyways, that was it for this video. I will see you guys probably sometime soon, and I don't know where these clips would go. Let me know what your thoughts were on yesterday's game in the comments. I'll discuss about them probably sometime soon. I'm trying to get some things done too. Some good news is definitely coming. Anyways, I'll see you guys soon. Like, subscribe, share if you like my thoughts with someone. I'll see you guys soon.